Hello and welcome to Mixing It Up. Today we're going to be talking about the grid. Now many of you may not even know there is a grid in MemoryMixer, and honestly I don't use it every day, but when you need it, it is a really nice feature to have. So we're going to go ahead and talk about 3 different ways in which you might use the grid system for, and one is if you want to be doing some specific spacing of some items, or if you wanted to do some object to be consistently resized into multiple sizes, or if you're wanting to place an item specifically on a certain spot on a page and on multiple pages. So first, let me just show you. You'll find your grid along the top here, and you just simply turn it on and off by clicking. So that is very easy. But you can also change the distance between each of the lines, and that's what we're going to do first. To do that, you come into Edit and Preferences. Now, I must warn you, the first time you open Preferences in each session of MemoryMixer, the first time can take a really long time. So just be patient. I mean, it can take several minutes. But once you've opened it once, the rest of the times it opens up quickly. So along the top here, you'll see grid or ruler. And this is referring to the ruler along your MemoryMixer pages. And we have a square page open right now. And so it is done in inches. So it's 12 inches by 12 inches. And that is just the standard with MemoryMixer. Okay, if I move this to 50, that will actually give me about 1 inch between each of the squares. And you can see that here now with the center line, both vertically and horizontally. We're going to come in again because I want to actually have about a ½ inch increment in between. And so that is going to be 25. So I'll come here again to my grid and ruler. And I'm going to switch this to 25. And you can see the number over here as you're sliding. And it was 25. So now I know my grid is set up about a ½ inch increments. And you can also, through your preferences, go back to grid and ruler. You can have this grid show. You can turn it on and off here, or the toolbar up here where we've been using it. And you can turn on and off snap to grid. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on because that's the feature that I want to be talking about. So the grid not only kind of helps give you some spacing that's throughout your page, but it also has a snap to feature, which allows you to snap an object to the grid so you know things would be lined up similarly. You could do the same thing using the alignment feature, but there are some cases where the grid actually is easier, and so that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So I'm going to move to the first page we're working on, and this one, I love this kit. It is from, Amy Teets, and it's all jacked up, and it's really a great masculine kit. So again, that was Amy Teets, all jacked up. And this is one of the backgrounds, some really fun backgrounds. I'll just show those to you quickly. Okay, that's Amy Teets. So we'll just come up to her and all jacked up. So you can see the chevron grunge that we've done. There's just all kinds, even this diamond plate. I think that was awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that. And I'm going to go ahead and add a photo box because that's what I want to do. I want to get about 9 pictures on the page. I'm just thinking 3 rows of 3. And so I want this to be about 3 inches or 6 boxes wide. Okay, that looks pretty close. I'm just going to go ahead and fine tune that a little bit. So now if you notice, if I let go of my photo box, see it's just halfway. You can see the outline of my photo box as it's repositioned, but if I let go, it is going to snap to the grids that it's closest to. So I'm going to come over here because I want it to be 2 squares from the top and the bottom. And if you noticed, it snaps to your upper left corner. So I could drag this down looking at my bottom left corner, and it did go there, but it really snapped to the top one. So it's the top left corner that you really want to focus on for your repositioning. So I'm going to now go ahead and copy and paste. And I'm going to just drag it, and I want it to be one square between the two. So I'm going to go ahead and paste another one. And you can see I can just leave it here, but it snaps. So I've got 3 photo boxes, 1 square apart, so nice and even. And I am also now going to highlight all 3 of them by holding down my left mouse button and dragging across them. And now I'm going to copy and paste all 3. And so now I can drag 3 down at a time. They snap right into place. I'll paste another set in. I'm going to drag them down. And you can see I'm not even going to be close, but it'll snap it into place. So now I have 9 photo boxes all laid out on my page, and so easy to do. I'm going to go ahead and I can just select one of them. I can add a mat. And remember, I can apply it to all of them on this page. I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to do the same thing with my drop shadow. I'm going to click on this page, and now we'll take that same drop shadow and put it on everyone. Now, I think that is a great page for multiple photos. Of course, you can add embellishments to it. I have gone ahead and made another page, but I think these 2 pages would work out great. And between the 2 of them, you would get 16 photos. And so I've got 9 here. And I'm going to come and bring you over here to the next page. And what I did is I actually deleted 2 photo boxes and added room for journaling. I'm going to go ahead and turn the grids off. It's a little easier to see and also to work once you've got your positioning and your spacing things ready or completed. Then to move an embellishment and place it exactly where you want and not have it snap to a grid is sometimes easier. So I turn off my grid when I'm not using it, or you can also turn off the snap to, and you do that by view and then snap to grid right here. So I can turn it off right there. Now you can have snap to grid on and not have the grid being displayed as well. So sometimes it can be turned on accidentally. So if your embellishments aren't landing where you think they should go do that view and see if snap to grid has inadvertently been turned on. So you can see I just deleted 2 photo boxes here and added my journaling and just a few embellishments. Let me just show you the embellishments in this kit. I think they are really fun and I think you would enjoy them. Okay, we'll open up our embellishment packs. Designers, Amy Teets, and All Jacked Up. So you can see there's some fun arrows, different things out of diamond plate, buttons, some word art. So all sorts of fun things that you would enjoy and coordinate so well together. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is how different spacing or sizing actually would work. So I have got my 1 photo box placed on. I'm going to actually, let's see, I'm going to go turn off the photo book trimmer just so we can see our whole page. So I've gone ahead and added a photo box here, and that I want to do some paper piecing. I want it to overlap a little, and I want the sizes to get smaller as they go across the page. So I've got 1 photo box done here. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste. I think the sizing for the width is fine. I just am going to change it, the height. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my grids back on. And then I'm going to use the grids. I'm going to make each photo box 2 grids smaller. And I want them to be just one square on the top, 1 square on the bottom. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to view and do snap to grid, because that will just make easier so I know my placement is exactly right. So I'm going to go ahead and paste another one into place. And this one I'm going to do down 4 squares, 2 for the first one that we did here, and 2 for this next step. And I'm just going ahead and put it in place so you can see the 3 different staggered sizes. So also, I wanted them to overlap a little bit, so that's why I had the drop shadow already turned on, so you can kind of see a little bit of a differentiation between. And then I just went, this kit is so cute. It is from Carolyn Kite, and it's my sister, my friend, and she has a great coordinating kit too that is my brother, my hero. I just love both of the kits. I'm going to go ahead and take you up to the backgrounds and just show you the difference. They're beautiful patterns and some soft colors, a little more bold patterns. So really a nice selection there. I have gone ahead and filled these with papers so you can see now the different patterns that I used to fill those paper piecing. I'm going to turn off the grid too so you can see a little more clearly. So you can see how they're evenly spaced or sized from one to the next. And then the embellishments that go along with this kit are so cute. This is a stacked ribbon, and I have not seen that in any other kit, and I just love how that effect is. She also has great embellishments that go with this kit, so let me just show you quick before I show you our completed page. There's an alphabet, and then here's embellishments with a lot of little word strips and bows. I love these little frames or mats that she has in here, which I have used them as well. Flowers and swirls and frames and hearts. You can see, and some tags, just beautiful embellishments, and some really cute little stick figures, stitching. So I'm going to go ahead and close that, and I will show you the page that I completed. So just used two of the frames, added the photo box with the rounded corners on this one. I thought that fit nicely. Oval photo box here fits nicely. Just added a few embellishments, but you can see what a cute page that is and how easy it was to do. Okay, the next page I want to show you is I've put some borders down the side, and I want to create a coordinating page to go with this. And so the easiest thing you can see that along here, this border here is about the 2-inch. I'm going to go ahead and turn my grids back on so you can see that. And now I'm going to right click on the bottom and I'm going to duplicate this page. And now I'm just kind of going to create a coordinating page that goes with it. And I kind of want it to be like a mirrored, so they complement each other, but yet there are differences. So it's not just like you've repeated the same page. So what I want to do is I want to rotate this embellishment. And you can see down here we're working with the second or the duplicated page we just made. And I'm going to go ahead and rotate that. And if you remember, it was right about the 2 inches. So we've got that right here along that, right along this edge. And now I'm just going to simply move this over. And you can see there's just a little bit of spacing there. I can either snap this over to the other grid, or when you turn off your snap to, so let me go ahead and turn off the snap to grid, you could also then reposition that the way you want it. And now I'm just going to take and rearrange the embellishments on my page to coordinate with what I had done in the first one. And you can look down here and you can say, okay, we have this circle frame up here. I think I'll move it over so it's complementary to the other page. And I flipped these little embellishments down here. I just rotated or flipped them so they were facing the opposite direction and pulled them out a little bit. I deleted the words because you don't want those same words on the same page. And then the ribbon here, I just drug up and positioned it in the opposite corner. And then I grabbed the flowers and leaves, replaced them up here. So I've got that finished page for you. So let me just show you what that is. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the grid too. Okay, so you can see I moved the circle frame over here. I've got the ribbons and just kind of repositioned the embellishments. So here was my first page that I had created. I'm going to scoot it over here and you can kind of see together. So if you just look down here really closely, you can see how the circle was up here and now it's on the lower. The flowers were down here and now they're up here. So it just kind of gives a nice contrast and complementary page. So just before we leave, I wanted to show you how cute this kit is too. It is from Lindsay Jane. It's called Bloom and Grow, and the embellishments and backgrounds are just so fun and easy to use. So let me go ahead and open up the embellishments. So has numbers as well as embellishments. Just scroll through here, flowers and flares and all kinds of scatters with glitter, frames, hearts, word art. You can just see there's a lot to choose from and makes it so easy to create beautiful pages. She also has frames, and these are beautiful too. I didn't use them in my sample today, but you can see how pretty they are. And then let's close this and we'll open up the backgrounds, and I'll show you how beautiful the backgrounds are too. And again, this is from Lindsay Jane, and it's called Bloom and Grow. So there's some patterns and there's solids with texture, which I love. I love to have texture on my solid papers. And then there's stripes, so you can see how fun and easy they are to use. Thank you for stopping by, and happy mixing!